Well, a lot changes when you send your child off to college.
Michael Miller is here with 3 things to talk to your kids about in the coming weeks before they leave for college to make sure returning home is as pleasant experience for everybody.
So you're just about ready, like oh, I'm so excited you're going to college, it's a rite of passage. But you want to actually, before they take off, you want to talk to them about what it's going to be like when they come home so that you're not fighting?
Absolutely. In the madness of getting the right size sheets for the beds, which trunk they're going to store the stuff in, how they're going to fit everything in the car, there are some things that parents would be wise to have a conversation about with their kids before they leave to avoid trouble when they come back for a weekend or for the holidays.
Okay, so curfew is obviously the first.
Curfew and cars. I am begging parents, tell your kid the expectations of curfew when they come home. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to come home for a weekend, maybe a Thursday night. The parents are getting ready to go to bed, and at about 11 o'clock, your daughter is going to reach for the car keys. And the parents are going to say, where are you going?
Right.
And she's saying, oh, I'm going over Freddie's house. And the mom is going to say, it's 11 o'clock at night. You're not going anywhere. And the kid is going to say this, I do this when I'm at school.
Exactly.
If I had $1 for every time a new student coming home said to their parents, I do this when I'm at school, I would not have to work next year. So fight fire with fire. Discuss before you bring them what time the curfew is. Now, you want to give them a little extra time because they're older, they're adults, they're living on their own, cool. But it's your house and your rules. But when you don't make those rules clear beforehand, it is ripe for a fight when they come home. Why would you want to do that? Make it more pleasant. Discuss with them the curfew and also the transportation situation. You know, maybe there's not cars at the ready for the students when they come back because maybe the sibling owns the car now. Lay it all out beforehand. I promise you their homecoming will be much more pleasant if you do that.
I didn't even think you could, I guess that makes sense. It's your house, but I was thinking maybe the rules go away once they're adults. But
that's the problem.
That's the thing. We don't have to. We can tolerate it.
In defense of the kid, in defense of the student, they live on their own. They live independently, so they're used to doing what they want to do, and that's cool. But we have to help them readjust to family living when they come home. And the parents don't talk about this because they're so worried about everything else.
Okay.
Get them in line with this.
Number 2, substance abuse.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, parents, we know that college is a time for experimentation. Students experiment with ideology and they experiment doing things. The parents feel the distance when the kid's away at school. Research has suggested that when parents make their expectations clear about drugs, alcohol, smoking, vaping, any of the substances, tobacco that students would use, it does have some bearing on their behavior. In other words, the parents should make it clear what their expectation is. If for nothing else, it might ground the student when they're confronted with opportunities. And they think they have no influence, and that's, I think, an incorrect thought. But in absence of saying anything, it may imply to the student that anything goes. And that's not really wise in that situation. So the student might need an anchor. And the student's going to do what the student does when they get there. They are going to experiment a bit, but the parents should make it clear what their expectations are because it gives some grounding to the kid. Plus, whatever they do in college, they better not bring that home to the house if you don't want it. Because that's another reason. Like, that doesn't fly, and it's not going to fly because you're doing that when you're at school. Separation, again.
Thanksgiving.
Well, this is, I know.
In August, we're talking about this.
I know this is weird, but I have experience with this from my work with college students. Around November, social media starts to heat up because this is when the college students realize, for the freshmen, it's the first time they're home that everyone else is going to be home. Thanksgiving tends to be, except for the kids who go the furthest away, they're coming home for Thanksgiving. It will be the first time most all of their friends will be home. So what happens, social media heats up. They start making plans around the family. So my advice, if you want to see your child more than the time when you're putting that turkey out, you book first. Tell them now, seriously, when you come home for Thanksgiving Wednesday night, you're ours. Because what it does is 2 things. First of all, it ensures that you get more time than just a holiday with them. And the second thing is, if there are siblings, right? So if this is an older student that's away at college and there are siblings, the siblings will not say this, but when they don't see the brother or sister and the brother or sister goes back to college, they will tell the parents, I didn't even get to see him.
Yeah.
and that it's going to break their heart, and then it's too late for the parents to do anything about it. You know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So parents should listen to this. Heed my words. The siblings get closer when one leaves. They miss them. So secure time at the big weekends. Otherwise, the kid will never be there. You will see them only at the holiday, and that's it.
Final thought?
Final thought is, it's a beautiful moment. You're growing your child's independence. They're becoming their own person completely. But when they come home, it can be a shock to the system because they're used to doing their own thing. So solve your problems now. Otherwise, big fights when they arrive in the
All
fall.
right.
There you
Clear
have it.
expectations. There
Exactly.
you go.
All right, for motivational tips, be sure to check out Michael's website. It's michaelmillerspeaks.com.